Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Avril, and if you are new to my channel, please do stick around because I have loads of Christmas DIYs in store for you. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to support my channel and also to be notified every time I upload a video. Hi guys, thank you for joining. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you yet another IKEA hack, but this time it's going to be all about Christmas, and I'm so super excited to share all of my inspirations with you guys to kick off this Christmas season, so stay tuned. So I started off this first project by unboxing the IKEA planter box. Once I was done unboxing, I laid the panels side by side and then gave it a coat of paint. Here I'm using Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the color linen white. I gave these panels 2 generous coats of paint and set it aside to dry. Now the panels are dry and ready to be sanded. Here I'm using an 80 grit sandpaper to give these panels a distressed look. I sanded these panels well until I got my desired look. Once I was done sanding these panels, I used a damp rag and wiped it down clean. Now it's time to assemble this planter box. I read the instruction manual and put this box together. It took me a couple of minutes to put this box together. It was that easy. Once I had fixed the box, I decided to add some handles to it. So I went to my local hardware store and got some handles to fit the dimensions. Afterwards, I decided to stencil this box to give it a farmhouse theme. Here I'm using a stencil which I got in hand and black acrylic paint to get my desired look. At this stage, you could customize this look by changing the stencil to any saying or design to get the look you're after. Once I was done stenciling, I set it aside to dry for a couple of minutes. Once it was dry, I took a fine grit sandpaper and sanded over my stenciled words. I did this process to give it a bit of a rustic look, but mainly to take off any paint bleeds which was visible. Once the sanding was done, I wiped it down clean and now it's ready to be styled. So for my first design, I'm using some floral stems which I got from IKEA last year. Afterwards, all I did was place them into the crate and move them around until I got my desired look. It was that easy putting this design together. So guys, for my next look, all I did was take some floral stems off from my previous design and place a wooden block into the center of the crate. Afterwards, I followed it by placing the IKEA lantern onto the wooden block. By placing a wooden block into the crate, I was able to give some height to my lantern to make it visible. So guys, this is how it turned out, and this is one of my favorite Christmas DIY projects so far. Hope you like it too. So for my next project, I'll be using the same IKEA lantern to give it a different look. Here I'm using some nautical rope which I've already got in hand. I wanted to use something to cover up the base of this lantern, so I decided to use this rope and wrap it around the base to cover it up. It held up well and it was so easy to do, I didn't even have to use any glue to stick it down. Once I was done with my base, I then took a mini IKEA Christmas tree which I got in hand and cut it down to size. Here you see me using my pliers to cut it down to size to fit my lantern. Once I was done, I then put back the bottom bit of the tree which was already attached. Now the tree is cut down to size and ready to be placed into the lantern. Once I was done with that, I then decided to dress up the top bit of the lantern. I used the same nautical rope and then used some twigs which I got in hand and tied it up to a bow. Now the lantern is ready, but I wanted to give this lantern a bit of a height. So I decided to use a terracotta saucer which I got in hand. Here I am using the same Rust-Oleum paint in the color linen white to give it a clean look. Once I was done, I set it aside to dry to give it a bit of a sanding. Here I am using an 80 grit sandpaper to give it a bit of a distressed look. Once I was done, I then wiped it down clean using an old rag. Now the base is done, but I felt it needed something, so I decided to wrap around some nautical rope. Here you see me using double-sided tape. I didn't want to glue it down because I wanted to reuse this for another project. Once I was done taping it, I then used my nautical rope and wrapped it around my saucer. I wrapped the nautical rope twice around my saucer to get my desired look. At this stage, you could use anything to place your lantern on to give that desired height. I'm just using things that I already got in hand. Now the base is done and it's ready to be decorated. So this is how it turned out, guys. I love the nautical look and how easy it was to put together. Hope you'll like it too. Project number 3, yet another easy and simple way to style this lantern. All you need for this project is a wreath and something to give it a bit of a height. Here I am using 2 IKEA saucers which I stuck together using double-sided tape. After it was stuck together, I then placed it into the center of the wreath and then placed my lantern on top of it. Now I've got my desired height and now it's time to decorate. Here you see me using a burlap ribbon to tie up a bow onto the top of my lantern. Once the bow was done, I then used some poinsettias which I got in hand to decorate the wreath. I took these poinsettias and played around with them till I got my desired look. So this is how it turned out, guys. I love how it looks and it was so easy and simple to do. Hope you'll like it too. So let's get started on project number 4. You will need tin planters and also wrapping paper. These are all from IKEA which I've already got in hand. So the first thing I did was I cut out strips of paper from my wrapping paper and afterwards ripped it into smaller bits and placed the bits of paper into some water. While the bits of paper were soaking, I took some PVC glue and diluted it using some water. Now the glue mixture is ready to be applied on the tin planter. Here you see me applying the glue mixture on the tin. Afterwards, I followed it by applying the ripped up paper onto the tin. I repeated this process until I covered the entire tin and then set it aside to dry. Now the tins are dry and ready to be decorated. For the first design look, I used the same floral stems and cut it down to size. Afterwards, I placed it into the tin planter and then wiggled the stems around till I got my desired look. So easy, and it's done. For the second look, I decided to use the tin planter as a candle holder. All you need for this project is a candle and some floral garlands. These are stuff which I've already got in hand. Here you see me wrapping around the floral garland to the bottom of the tin planter, which I have turned upside down. Once you have wrapped the garland to the desired look, all you got to do is next place the candle on top. So guys, this is how these two simple and easy to do projects turned out. Hope you all like it. Okay guys, hope you got inspired and enjoyed watching this video. I would love to know which one of these projects were your favorite. Mine was definitely the IKEA planter box. So please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to support my channel and also to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, happy crafting.